You can hop on the back of my bike.
On your pegs?
Yes.
Marty, are you offering to peg me around?
Of course, Brian. I'd always peg you around.
Marty, is that true?
Wes.
You think I'd lie, Wesley?
Listen, Lee West doesn't really know.
Lee West. That's Wesley backwards if you pick that up, Wes.
I hate it.
Are you a king? Are you the king of pegging? Is this true?
Like the dumbest smart person ever.
That's the name of our episode.
King of pegging.
King of pegging or dumbest smart person ever? I like either one.
Both are true.
Pull up! All craft, pull up!
It's a trap!
Welcome to Cannonballs, our weekly comedy plot recap of Star Wars canon for the casual fan. This week we are discussing episodes 6 to 10 of Season 4 of Clone Wars. I'm Brian Carey, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Aaron Laramie.
Hey, buddy.
Matt Martirosian.
I'm Batman.
And Wesley, men, not clones, Isaac.
The king of pegging.
Well, now I gotta use that as the cold intro. All right.
Don't take Marty's line, God damn it.
Well, I thought if he used it, I wouldn't have taken it.
Oh, that's so much better.
Your facial hair looks a little different this time, Wes.
The new week, boys. Last week's episode, I decided to go reverse Hitler. This week, new episode, all the way down. We got little beard patch. We got little mustache patch. Let's go, boys.
We got to come up with a good name for that beard by the end of the episode, I think. King of Pegging might be the name of the beard.
God, I hope not.
These there is a 4-episode arc in these 5 episodes that is pretty good, I will say.
Oh man,
it's fun stuff, lots of action, so we'll see how quickly we get there. Yeah, I know. Oh, do you have anything you want to add, or
see, we could just lead right in and then do a little more blumbling along the way if that's if you're feeling.
I'm always ready to blumbo, boys.
I know you boys can blumbo with the best of them.
You blumbo, he, she, it, blumbo.
Yeah.
Study of blumbology.
So last week we ended on an episode.
Who resurrected Marty for this fucking show, man? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. What was he doing in these past 7 days that got him so energized?
I agree.
Yeah.
So we ended last
Where there's a
episode.
peg, there's a way.
Where there's a peg, there's a way.
There's the tagline for the episode.
I agree.
We ended last week. C-3PO and R2-D2 just left this planet after helping them with an earthquake problem, and Commander Wolf was just looking for anyone to dump these droids off on because he was just done supervising them. So he drops off the clones on one of the Jedi's ships. I forget which one, but it's not super important because it is immediately attacked by General Grievous, and C-3PO and R2-D2 have to escape. They fly off on a Y-wing, and they land on this, here we go, let's hop ahead, planet with these guys, with these little stabs.
So I know if anybody is curious, we are streaming this live on Twitch. Are you still streaming on YouTube as well, or?
I don't live stream on YouTube just because I don't know. It didn't increase any viewer numbers.
It wasn't. Yeah, sure.
So It's just
realizing I forgot which one we were doing both or not.
We live stream on Periscope every week.
Yeah, exactly. Check us out on Parlor.
We're on 8chan.
Wes, you don't even know what that is.
It's just my MySpace.
Go and shave the rest of your face.
It's where you go get the ice cream. Parlor.
Right next to Baskin Robbins.
But yeah, we do this show live. Started doing a little slideshow during the episode. So if you're listening to our audio file, go ahead and head over to the YouTube to see these
unless you're driving, don't watch our podcast.
So R2 and C-3PO have crash landed on this planet. Their ship needs some repairs, needs some fuel, so they're gonna meet some locals to escape. So they pop up and are attacked by little tiny people with spears.
Oh, they're so tiny.
Oh shit!
Expect like the angle of that first shot is not like they don't seem nearly as small, but then they cut and they're like they're shorter than R2 by like 20%. Oh, shit.
So they start zapping them with electricity, and basically they say, "Hey, our leader, Heizu, doesn't want any intruders on this planet." Heizu frees them and just says, "Hey, get the hell out of here. I'm a despot. I don't want anyone fucking up my rule." Look, he's this big fat guy being carried by some more little people. And R2, once he's freed, starts talking shit to Heizu as he does. And C-3PO's like, "Hey, watch your mouth. We're gonna get out of here alive," and slaps R2 for talking shit. And R2 falls and squishes Heizu. This little goo down here is Heizu.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the droid episodes are not the best rating.
And 3 days later, Jesus has risen.
Hey, that's been cannonballs.
That was last week. Boo. Boo.
So,
oh my goodness.
So once Heizu's crushed, the little guys are like, "Oh, thanks, guys. We hated him." They start fixing his ship. They offer 3PO the role of the king. Instead, 3PO teaches them about democracy. And he's like, "Hey, who's like the kindest? Who's the smartest? Who's the most practical? You should pick between the three of them." And they try to vote just by yelling and cheering, and they end up fighting with each other about the amount of votes each other got. And 3PO probably leaves them worse off. So they leave that planet only to have to land on another planet because they're low on power. So this time they're immediately being hunted by these fellas. They're riding on some sort of horseback, and they're not tiny people this time.
Sorry, but do you ever see them charge?
You
ever see either
you don't
of them
see them charge, but they are charged. At near the end of the episode, when they
I just mean in any other
like
facet of the universe.
Droid charging is a new concept.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't ever seen any of them get charged ever.
You are absolutely right. We have not seen a droid get charged.
Episode 1, I'm pretty sure they charge in the weird little things that deploy all the droids, and then they shoot down the spaceship, and then they don't have any more power.
They destroy the router.
These droids worthless.
So these hunters bring C-3PO and R2 to their leader, which is clearly some sort of hologram surrounded by lightning.
Could be anybody.
Why the lightning? They're just like, it's got to be dramatic.
Yeah, they are a less technologically advanced people that they land with on the second planet, but it's basically the Wizard of Oz. R2 sees some little droids hiding behind not a curtain, but
pulling the strings in the back. Yeah, behind
so,
a big leaf.
It's Wizard of Oz style. He exposes the repair droids, and they have to run off as the hunters kind of fight these droids. And both R2 and C-3PO are at 1% battery, and they die on their way back to the ship. Now, some pirates show up to scavenge their Y-wing that they flew in. Here's the little droids that were controlling the hologram.
I totally used to have versions of those droids as like Legos.
Yeah.
Little platter. They have like a kind of plate hat thing. I definitely remember having those.
For sure. They almost
I forget what
Legos
like set or whatever, but yeah, they kind of do. The joints and stuff. Like, look at those joints. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at those joints is right.
So yeah, they're the droids that fix the pods in episode 1.
Yeah. Maybe that's probably why I had them. Some sort of pod racing fucking set or something.
So pirates show up to scavenge the ship. They pick up these droids, and they are charged while they're in prison because now they're part of Droid Fight Club.
Oh man, DFC. Yo, you boys down with DFC?
You know me.
Always DFC.
So,
I'm down with DFC.
They drop both of them into the ring against this guy with the flamethrower.
Oh my god, that's flamethrower droid guy. Shit.
But thankfully, this episode is going to do a full circle, and the pirate ship is going to be shot at by Grievous, who's testing out a new weapon.
When I do a full circle, first I draw the head, right? Then I erase a lot of the extra lines, the extra detail.
That's right.
No,
I believe it's you erase all the more complicated parts.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And then you got a circle-y thing.
Yeah.
Should we call it square one?
Moving on.
So I have a question about Grievous. He's just like, we got a new weapon. Let's just test it out against these random ass people.
Yeah.
And they're like, hello.
Let's test this weapon out.
Exactly. So little pirate ship floating by is like, well, they're pirates. Let's blow them up. So
does he know they're pirates? That's right. Does he know they're pirates?
He does not know they're pirates.
Oh, no, but think about it. Like, it's a pirate ship.
It's the flag.
It's obviously a pirate. They have, like, cannons and stuff. It's probably pirates.
Well, how do you mean they have cannons and stuff?
You just keep talking about doubloons. Like, who is this guy? Some kind of pirate?
The skull and crossbone flag.
Yeah, like what happened? Were they like, let's get in touch with that ship to see if they're nice guys? And they're like, hey. Nah, it sounds like bullshit to me, man. I think that, like, General Grievous is like, let's just fuck up the ship. You're like, well, that's not pirates. That's just like the East India Trading Company. And then Johnny Depp's like, are you kidding me? I'm Johnny Depp.
So, Grievous's new weapon blows a hole in the hull, and they are sucked into the vacuum of space. 3PO clings onto R2-D2, who flies them into the hangar of Grievous's ship. But
that's hot.
They are rescued because Plo Koon is there rescuing Jedi Master Galia. So they just happen to be in the...
Yeah. Right place, right time, baby.
It was probably all his fault, but basically they went off on a little adventure and ended right back where they started.
Those are the episodes that you don't need. Like,
nope.
If the one-off episodes advance like the grander sort of thematic, like whatever themes or stories or whatever, like then sure. But when you're like, that episode may as well have not happened because it was retconned in some way, or like within the episode, or we're just back to square one, like, whatever, then just don't.
I feel like it started with like, what if we did a Wizard of Oz thing?
And they're like, yeah, but how far can we go with it?
It's funny the concepts they come up with for these episodes, like that
is funny. No one else could hear Marty, right?
I liked when Marty cut in and out the entire time and said, it's funny when the episode does Hank, King Kong, Crane, Chang, Chong. I was like, yeah. I was like, dude, I agree, Marty.
I watched King Kong vs. Godzilla on HBO Max as well.
I was like, Marty, I love King Kong.
Oh, he is just frozen there, huh?
Or did we just straight up lose him?
Marty or King Kong?
Both.
Well, King Kong won.
I heard Godzilla won.
Oh, Godzilla wins. I'm just fucking around.
And he's back.
And he's back. Marty, what's funny?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, how in the prequels they always mention like Utapau. Like, you know how Anakin and Obi-Wan always mention like, oh, that time I saved you on Utapau or something like that. Like, that would be a good episode to have in Clone Wars. But no, they have like 30 droids. 30 droid episodes that mean nothing.
I do like, I think Kit Fisto is cool. Like, I like Kit Fisto. He's one of like the cooler looking, or Plo Koon rather. Sorry, not fucking Kit Fisto. We were talking about him last episode. That confused me. But yeah, dude, Plo Koon is like one of the cooler Jedi. I wish he was doing some more stuff.
He's
sweet, like,
how much Fistoing do you like?
Oh, well, I mean, as much Fistoing as I can get.
That's fair.
I'm more of a pegging guy.
Yeah. We all know that, Marty.
Marty, don't be gross.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
Oh, he's coming.
What? Wait, what?
All right. So the next episode, the next 4, take place on a planet called Umbara, and that planet is very dark because it's super foggy and stuff. Sure. What do you think season 4, episode 7 is called?
It's called Navigating the Darkness.
Wes,
what's the planet called?
Umbara.
Umbara, why are you so dark?
It's called Darkness on Umbara.
Come on,
God damn it.
That's pretty close. I feel like I'm pretty close to Umbara. Why are you so dark? I feel like that's pretty close, boys.
I'm going to give it to you there, Wes. Gotta say. Close enough.
I think I should have that one.
So we get
I think that's fair.
A new name of a region in space. It's not inner, mid, or outer rim. This is the expansion region.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like the rim job.
The anus.
Part of space.
Oh.
Who doesn't mind a nice rim job?
As
you know
king
what I'm
of pegging, I am very familiar with the expansion region.
Well, that was my thing was going to be. I was going to defer to Marty about how rim jobs work. So,
Obi-Wan and Anakin are leading a siege of Umbara. They're trying to get to the capital. This is a key like trade route location, so it's a strategic location. Is why they're attacking Umbara.
Sure.
Anakin's going to lead an assault to kind of shut off defenses of the capital. Obi-Wan's going to bring up the rear. At least that is the plan until once they land on Umbara. Actually, there's a lot that happens between what I'm trying to get at. But it's mostly action.
And what happens next is, wow, there's a lot of things. Okay, hold on.
Right before they get killed, like 10 different things happen.
So I felt they really I felt they really hit their groove for like action. Like, this looks like a battlefield. We got these cool little walker things. It's foggy.
Yeah, those things are sure. I can imagine just fucking cruising through like wherever on those little walkers, and you're just like hopping along there. It's a good deal.
Anakin's charging forward with Rex. This guy Fives, who we've met before, he's another clone, is nearly eaten by this tentacle monster.
There it is. Make sure you guys save my seat.
I was just gonna fucking say
that. That's right. That's why it's Fives.
God damn it.
That's a good callback.
Really, that dude always calls Fives. What should we call him? I don't
know. So they push forward and they stop to take a rest. But right before they go to make their next move towards the capital, Anakin receives orders direct from Palpatine that he has to return home. And he is replaced by this Jedi Master, who is something Krell. What's his first name? We're just going to call him
Slug Diggly Krell.
Slug Diggly? Is that Cedric Diggory's friend?
My son, my boy.
My boy.
So Pog Krell shows up. He is now in charge of Anakin's unit, the 501st Union. He is the same alien species as Dexter, the guy in the 50s diner on Coruscant, who tells Obi-Wan where Camino is. Look at Aaron.
Go ahead. You know how to make a Dexter joke? Because I was going to make a Dexter joke. I figured you just beat me to it.
Like omelet du fromage.
Get out of my laboratory, Dee. There you go.
Thank you. Continue. Oh, this is my swamp, DD. Get out. Not in my swamp. Scientists are like onions. Go ahead.
What was wasn't the guy's was it Mandark? Was the other guy, the other kid, right? Who had the bowl cut? No one knows what I'm referring to.
In Dexter's laboratory?
Yeah, I know, Mandark.
Right? Was it? No.
Sure.
No, he's just making shit up.
I don't know what the fuck that is, man.
That's a wild one backwards.
The rival fucking kid that never mind. Moving on.
Oh, you thinking of me? Yeah, I'm sorry. You're thinking of Mandark.
Oh, okay. No, you're right.
Yeah, what did you say it was?
I said omelet du fromage. That's all I said.
Yeah, no.
Jesus.
Yeah, omelet du fromage for somebody else. Mandark was the bad guy that was like the opposite of Dexter, yeah.
Oh, okay. He was the kid who was always stealing Dexter's plans.
Laboratory.
Yeah, he's like, get out of my laboratory.
He always stole the entire laboratory. Good old Mandark.
Wow. That's what I thought.
Mandark was like, this is my swamp.
This is my laboratory. Dexter's always like, get out of here.
Whose swamp is this? And he's like, it's my swamp. Get out of my swamp. Yeah. Yeah, you're thinking the wrong show, man.
Dexter became Irish.
Get out of my swamp.
Dexter was actually originally supposed to be played by Chris Farley, but then they ended up changing it to where...
Because is it because Chris Farley died?
Yeah.
So Master Pog Krell is he's a bit of a hard ass. He does things by the book. He's like, hey, listen here. He doesn't call Rex his name. He calls him his clone number, like CT5806.
Like way more difficult.
He's like, hey, CT, hey, you listen to me. And he's like, you can just call me Rex if it's easier. And he's like, no. Listen, CT,
you less.
You do what I say. And he's like, dude, just call me Rex. I'm like a commander, big deal. And he's like, get out of me, swamp.
So he's a hard ass. He changes Anakin's plan, which was surprise attack the Capitol to take out defenses. Pog Krell is saying, well, we're going to walk down the main road and do a full frontal assault.
I like
that.
Yeah,
I'll take a full frontal any day.
A full frontal assault for 800, Alex. So
it's not Alex anymore. It's Dr. Phil or whatever the fuck. I don't know what's happening with
Dr. Phil.
Yeah, it's no longer Alex. It's Aaron Rodgers from now
It's on. Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Top 5 Ferrells.
Feral Ghoul.
Colin Farrell.
Fuck yes. Okay.
Pharrell.
I like that one.
Honestly, guys, where the fuck do we find Marty? Because that's the funniest thing anybody's ever said in this entire podcast.
And then the drummer. The drummer from
the fucking Marty show.
Like, my top 5s are my strength.
Rex suggests another plan that doesn't get all the clones killed. And Krell's like, what the fuck did you say to me? And he gets pissed off at Rex. Like, you do what I fucking say. The plan doesn't really work well. They lose a lot of men. And this is when they start accusing Krell of just being racist against clones. And like he lost a lot, and Rex is like, no, we lost men, not clones. When Krell says, oh, we just lost a few clones. That's your job. It's what you were bred to do. So Fives steps in to this argument between Rex and Master Krell, and kind of gives him some shit, and then Pog Krell threatens him with a lightsaber, like right to his neck, and Rex is like, oh, hey, everyone, chill out. No need to murder anyone.
I agree. Childish.
And the episode ends, and they are going to continue to learn about the general and his plans and his methods.
His general plans.
Yeah. The next episode, when we learn about the general, what do you think that episode's called?
General knowledge. General knowledge.
Yeah.
Season 4, episode 7, The General.
Fuck.
Oh, they're all car insurance. It's just Shaq driving a fucking convertible.
For a great car insurance rate online, go to the general and save some time.
That's basically him.
I like it.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, General, we like car insurance. We can sprinkle that into conversation.
All right, buddy. So we are still losing lots of clones because of General Krell. Obi-Wan gives him a little call and says, hey, can you attack this airbase instead?
Yeah, he's like, hey, pal.
Basically, the capital's getting a lot of supplies from the airbase, and Krell's like, yeah, sure, I'll attack the airbase. I'm going to walk down the main road again. So they are headed down the main road, still getting like picked out and attacked by all these weird robot monsters the Umbarans have.
Sure.
And they're meeting, and Krell is like, you know, Rex, I could really use your help convincing these guys to follow me. It seems like they don't really like me for some reason. So Rex, you know, following his orders, moving up the chain, talks to Fives. The company's pretty split on how they feel about Pog Krell, but Rex is like, hey, let's give it a try. Now, Fives brings up that Krell loses the most troopers. Like, he has a decent success rate, but he has a high casualty rate. I'm like, just thinking, like, do they have general stats in the Republic?
General stats?
Yeah, they have KD,
general stats?
all that stuff, dude.
He's got like a Pog Krell baseball card. He's like, I've seen the numbers.
Yeah, got a great rookie year.
Great job in your first season, but like you still led the league in strikeouts, so like that's not great. Yeah, you hit 42 dingers, but like you also led the league in Ks, and your batting average was a soft 250. So
what do you think, Wes? Pong Krell's a big Mark Reynolds kind of player comp, big swing for the fences kind of guy.
Pong Krell is Mark Reynolds / Chris Davis, where it's just like all homer numbers. He's the Dan Ugla of generals.
Dan Ugla. Damn, son.
You like,
one
a little,
for the
you like
kids.
A little Dan Ugla reference, boys?
I do. I have a Dan Ugla.
No, Marty does. What do you guys think? You guys are big Dan Ugla reference fans?
Oh, yeah. Give me some more.
You want some more Dan Ugla references?
Yeah.
You know that Dan Ugla had the longest hit streak the same year that Manny Fernandez pitched really well before he died on the Marlins?
Jose Fernandez?
No. Same guy.
Manny?
Manny Fernandez.
Wait, who's Manny Fernandez then?
Hello, Manny Fernandez.
You're thinking Hanley Ramirez.
Isn't he Napoleon Dynamite's friend in that movie? Vote for Manny.
No, dude.
Vote for Manny.
There's definitely a guy named Manny Fernandez, but he's definitely not Jose Fernandez, who's murdered by himself by driving a boat into some rocks.
Manuel Fernandez sounds like a soccer player.
Oh, man. Who's Manny Fernandez?
Emmanuel Fernandez is an American professional wrestler currently working for different independent promotions.
Not Emmanuel.
Well, I typed
Jesus Christ.
Not Emmanuel Fernandez. I want Manny Fernandez.
Manny Fernandez is a retired American football player who played 8 seasons for the Dolphins. He played in 3 consecutive Super Bowls.
No, I found him. Emmanuel Fernandez is an American professional wrestler currently working for different independent promotions.
I just said that.
I know it's the same guy. I thought isn't it Manny Fernandez? Who is it?
I thought you said Hernandez.
Who is it?
Oh my God, Brian, please move on.
I've been trying.
It's gone completely off the rails.
Marty, what's his name?
This is Marty. Marty instigated this. This one's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Bring it back in.
It's not Manny Fernandez. What's his name? Manny Fernandez.
His name is Pog Krell.
Okay, that's my fault.
His name is Pog Krell.
His name is Pog Krell, and what does he do? What does he do for a living?
So here's
Tell
one
us
of the
more.
big old caterpillars that they have to fight.
Oh shit!
Yeah, pretty scary
Which
stuff.
one's the caterpillar?
It's funnier every time you do it.
Does it though?
Yeah.
So guys, I realized Manny Fernandez is actually an American professional wrestler.
Tell me more, Aaron.
People search for him along with Black Bart, Wahoo McDaniel, and Jimmy Valiant. My favorite is Wahoo McDaniel. You guys want to just see a quick picture?
Yeah,
of our buddy right there. Wahoo McDaniel. All right,
this might be the best episode.
All right,
we've ever
I'm
done.
done, Brian. That was it.
No, this is the most
good.
fun. This is the most fun I've ever had on this podcast.
Rex and his troops are pinned down, and he decides to come up with his own plan outside of Pog Krell's plans to take over the airbase. He sends 2 of his clones to steal some fighters from the airbase and basically to shoot it from the inside. It works. They take the airbase. Now, the next episode, Season 4, Episode 9, is called...
Let me guess the name. What happens? What have I missed?
It's called Manny Fernandez.
That's on you, pal.
What was the last one called?
The General.
What
This
happened?
one's going to be icy hot. What are the things that Shaq sponsors?
Oh, I was just going to go with different kinds of insurances, but
Aggressive.
I'm going to guess Plan of Dissent.
Ooh, good guess, Aaron. So, Season 4, Episode 9, Plan of Dissent.
Guys, I was literally staring at the episode listing and saw it, and I was like, I don't really want to pull the trigger on it. And Aaron's like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Oh, shit.
So, they're now going to march on the Capitol. Pog Krell is not coordinating with Obi-Wan. The clones are not happy with another suicide mission. And Rex has this new plan. So the airbase, which was supplying the Capitol, was being supplied by this ship that's orbiting above.
Sure.
Their plan is to take those starfighters they already stole and go up there and blow up that ship. Now,
good idea.
Pog Krell says, well, no one here is actually a trained pilot, so I say no.
It's like, I say we come up with a plan where more clones die.
Exactly.
Not enough clones are dying in this plan.
It's like, that doesn't seem like there's enough murder. Tell me more.
So, Fives and a couple other clones decide they are going to just do this without asking permission. Rex catches them and is basically like, I'm going to look the other way, but I can't help you if you get caught.
You know what they say? Better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, that is what they say.
That's Bronn from Aragon. You guys remember Aragon?
Dragon.
I read the first book, I'm pretty sure.
He's a dragon. He likes dragon. He's like, look at me, I'm a dragon friend. And the dragon guy's like, you better look out, Jeremy Irons. You're gonna get killed.
You better look out, Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons is like, long live the king, and I'm like, that's the wrong movie, pal.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. I was like, yo, that doesn't seem right. And he's like, better ask Jeremy than Irons. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Great film. 10 out of 10, recommend.
So Fives is talking with some of the clones about how they're gonna do it, and he's just like, oh, you know, General Skywalker blew up a command ship when he was just a kid. And I just like imagine him like trying to talk shop with the clones, but he's like doing weird like plane noises. He's like, oh, and then I was like, and I said, now this is pod racing. And they're like, wow, cool line. So Fives and a couple other clones steal some ships to fly up. Rex looks the other way. They make it up to the supply ship. Rex tells Krell, who sees the planes take off, oh, they're just doing a recon mission. Don't you worry about that. One of the clones sacrifices himself up on that ship to blow up the core. They make it back, and Krell threatens a court-martial and then execution to Rex and Fives. Episode 10. Any guesses?
I think it's about threatening the court-martial, so I think it's Amenazar a un alguacil de la corte.
Carnage of Krell, if you're playing along at home.
Fuck. Thought I had
I had that.
That's not what you said in Spanish?
So
this is the most Spanish I've practiced since I was in Spanish in like high school. So thanks, boys.
Krell isn't going to kill Rex. He's going to take care of Fives and the other clone that made it back alive. And he wants to make an example. There's no time to have a court hearing and do a court-martial. He requests a firing...
He's too dangerous to be kept alive.
Exactly. He requests a firing squad instead. So the clones are lined up, and the fellow troopers refuse to kill him. And so
cool,
Krell's all pissed, but he's like, you know what? I'm going to end your career after we invade the capital. You guys start marching on the capital, but look out, because I've heard some intel that the enemy is disguising themselves as clones.
Watch out, man.
I'm getting PTSD from that phrase, marching on the capital.
I know, they keep on marching. So they're marching on the capital, and what do you know? A troop of what looks like clones starts shooting at them.
March Madness.
Yeah, there's a big gunfight. They start killing, and then Rex.
I got an Aaron smile. I'm happy.
Yeah, Duke shows up, and they're like, "Oh shit, you don't belong in March Madness anymore." I'm confused.
Rex grabs one of the fallen clones that are supposed to be the Umbarans in disguise and takes off the helmet, and it was a clone. And he's like, oh, fuck, we're shooting ourselves. So he orders his troops to take their helmets off. And the other guys are like, oh, shit, we're also clones. So they investigate.
They all realize they're the same person at the end of it. And they're like, oh, shit, we've all been the same person the whole time. You know what it is? It's like all those things that try to teach you like difference in like racial equality when you're kids. And it's like they're all wearing like, oh, these like a square like belly button person.
Squares. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like they shoot each other and it's like, wait a minute, maybe we're all the same people all along.
We're all bleeding the same blood. They kill each other.
He takes off his helmet and I'm like, I'm the same bounty hunter you are. Even though my belly button's square, I don't care. And they start just chanting, belly button square, I don't care. Belly button square, I don't care. That's the entire episode, right?
That's the name of the episode right there. Belly button square, I don't care.
My favorite episode, boys.
All right, so Rex finds the leader of the other platoon, and it turns out General Krell told this platoon, hey, go show up to this spot. There's going to be Umbarans dressed as clones. So General Krell organized these two clones to shoot at each other.
Oh shit, General Krill.
So
half shrimp, half whale food.
That's right. Rex decides they are going to go arrest Krell for treason. So they all march into his quarters, and he's like, "Oh, you're under arrest." And Krell says that famous line that's only for General Krell. It's treason, then.
No.
He's like,
no.
Clones.
You will die.
Now, Krell has 4 arms, and he dual wields double-sided blades, which is pretty cool.
Are they lightsabers, though?
He's like Grievous, but he actually has the Force.
Yeah.
He's Force Grievous.
So Krell escapes through the forest. They're chasing him down, and, you know, he's just mowing down these clones because he hates clones and shit. But remember that tentacle monster? Well, they
tentacles.
They remember him, and they trick Krell to chase them right into a tentacle monster, and they stun him.
Which one is General Krell, and which one is the tentacle monster in this photo?
Oh, neither of them are in this photo. That's Padme.
Who's in the photo?
Squilliam Fancy Son.
It's all Padme.
Ooh, I like Padme's big teeth.
They're both Padme.
No, there's not 2. It's just 1.
Riff Hampson swimming down.
The same person.
Pinning you down and opening.
Are you thinking that Padme's eating herself?
Yes.
That'd be hot.
That also turns me on.
Marty, get on it.
Yeah, Marty, keep Googling.
I'm pretty sure, wasn't that Black Swan?
Actually.
Oh man, yo, Marty's on fire tonight, boys.
Oh, dude, shout out to film class.
Did we watch that in film class?
Pretty sure we did.
Oh yeah, we did see it in film class.
You watched Black Swan in high school film class?
We went to the movie theater to watch it, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
They were showing it at like a private theater. Yeah.
No one really talks about Black Swan
after
anymore. Like, I feel like it was critically acclaimed at the time, but I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, I just rewatched Black Swan." Like, people liked it the first time, and then they're like, "I will never watch again."
Yeah, no, thank you. I think it's the part where she takes her fucking finger and peels it halfway off, and you're like, "All right, I'm chilling."
That was good enough for me. I was like, I've seen enough of this. I don't care how much dancing she does as a
it's like one of those movies.
I've had enough.
Like, once is enough.
That's the tagline. Black Swan.
You know, like I
once
feel
is
like
enough.
it's not a bad like. Honestly, I could pretty much watch like Master of Disguise like 4 or 5 times. I can think I could watch Master of Disguise more than I could watch Black Swan, which is very
100%
sad.
Turtle.
If you guys were like, "Hey, Master of Disguise watch party, my house this weekend," I'd be like, "Deal." If you're like Black Swan watch party, I'd be like, "Nah." I'm kind of busy.
We're almost done. Pod Krell reveals that he plans on becoming Dooku's new apprentice. He hasn't talked to Dooku at all, but he's hoping he sees this sabotaging of the clones.
Yep. He's like, my goal is to become the new Dooku apprentice. Dooku's like, "I don't even know who the fuck you are, bro."
Yeah, basically. So they decide they're gonna just kill Krell, and Rex almost
He's too dangerous to be kept alive.
But this one clone they call Dogma, who got his name because he just follows the clone rules so much, is pissed at Krell for betraying him, and he ends up doing the killing instead of Rex.
Fucking Poindexter.
Yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh, everyone shut up, Dogma's here." I was like, "Are you guys talking about things that aren't
fucking
war?"
Snitch. Yeah. Are you having emotions? Not allowed.
So this was a lot of growth for Rex, where he had to stand up to his commands, kind of against his brainwashed upbringing.
Sure.
And
yeah, I appreciate they're like adding some complexity like to his character, a little bit of like this dichotomy of, you know, he has these like orders that are kind of pre-programmed into his brain in a way, and then he's like, yeah, I can see the gray morality, or not, you know, so gray, like a little bit more black and white maybe for certain things than like others, which is good and is why he should be like a commander.
Yeah, and you know, Pog Krell is a Jedi, but learns he's not infallible. Probably respects Anakin a lot for all the freedoms and stuff he gives him. And another problem they had with Pog Krell is he didn't fight on the front lines like Anakin does, though Anakin just loves some killing.
Anakin don't fuck around. Anakin's like, I'm a professional. I've done.
He's like,
all right,
here I go killing again.
Here I go killing again. My first name Pog, last name Krell. I'm named after.
Yeah, no, it is nice because Captain Rex is a really important character. He's probably, I mean, everyone thinks of important clones and everyone probably thinks of Commander Cody, but in the entire Star Wars universe, it's probably Captain Rex is the coolest one. So, like, yeah, like you said, nice character development on his part.
Oh yeah.
It just shows, he's not just some mindless like clone. Like the clones are more than just, you know, their predecessor or whatever, just like their numbers. Like
that's the problem with the clones. Yeah, so I sometimes I can't sleep, and now instead of watching porn, I watch Star Wars stuff because I'm just bored. And
you come either way.
I'll come either way. So I've told Brian about this, but I've watched things where it's like there was one night that I couldn't sleep, and I watched an entire thing about how like Darth Tyrannus was talking to.
He'll do that, but not watch Clone Wars.
I do, but yeah, I mean, we talked about the Darth Plagueis one, right? Because I've talked about. I've watched like Darth Tyrannus shit, and I've watched a bunch of shit.
Tyrannus is Dooku, by the way.
Yeah, I am. So, well, I've watched it all, so I have a slight, and he's Darth Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I've watched a bunch of shit now. But I watched a bunch of stuff about the Clone Wars, and if you go a little bit further into it, how it's like they moved away from clones because they started developing their own personalities, and they were like way less efficient because the guy's like, I'm my own person. They're like, no, dude, like you're here to just serve. And he's like, I look like these other people. What the fuck's going on? And
he's like, I just want to be a painter. And they're like, your art's not good enough. And he's like, I'll get you.
He's like,
they're like, all right,
on that boo.
Yeah. So you're gonna
and
go
he
paint
shaved
on
the
boo.
Reverse king of pegging on his face.
The reverse king of pegging. Yep. But no, shit like that. I've actually legitimately watched some stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like, it makes sense that the clones develop their own personalities after being cloned for like fucking 15, 20, 35 years.
Oh yeah.
Where they're like, wait a minute, I just want to hang out and I want to open my own bakery, and they're like, nah, dude, you're a murderer. Hope you're ready for murder. You guys like, no, I want to make baked goods. And they're like, you mean murder baked goods?
Baked corpses?
Like, did you say you want to make baked corpses?
You want to use an oven for what?
The oven's used for murder, right? Not baking. And the guy's like, no. We make bread in the oven. They're like, nah, that ain't it. Let's get away from these fucking clone assholes.
All right.
But I saw a bunch of shit about how it's like the Clone like when they went. If you go further into like the Clone Wars, it's like you have people that are not clones and they work alongside people that are clones, and they're like, we hate these clone people, and they think like they're lesser because they're not real people, and the clone people are like, but we're better because we
like they all look the
don't
same,
feel anything, and yeah, we're better because we're all very similar. And the other people are like, we're better because we're individuals, and it's the whole thing. And
some
that's
people
the
have
Star Wars
square
I wanna
belly
see.
buttons. Speaking of square belly buttons, I think someone has a sign off.
It's not me. I did the last one.
Cue me up.
All right. Well, as we always say to end the Cannonballs podcast, Marty.
Belly button square. I don't care.
Pull up. All craft, pull up.